All right, Sam, we're going to do a speed round of my trip to New York City. So, my mom and I took the bus up. We went through these amazing neighborhoods. They were so gorgeous. And we stayed over at my aunt and uncle's house, which is right outside the city. So, we got to see these wonderful palisades on our way into the city the first day. This was Times Square where I saw Marvelous Miss Maisel signs and got very excited. Um, I actually went to the Disney store and they had this amazing Tangled theme escalator. Then we went over to Bryant Square Park where they had this awesome, lovely Christmas market with jewelers and craftspeople and dogs. And this happened. Hello! Hi! Hi! So, yeah, you might have said that that's one of the highlights of my day. But then we also saw this really cool exhibit where the artist invited people to come in and write their stories on pieces of paper, and it was so interesting to see everyone's streams of consciousness.
Saks Fifth Avenue, we wish you and yours a joyous holiday season.
So that was the Saks Fifth Ave show, and that's the Rockefeller tree that we saw that evening. The next morning, we went to a New York Philharmonic rehearsal, and we got to hear this beautiful piano concerto that I realized that I had played. But when we were walking in, there were all these posters that I thought were so cool. And later that day, we went over to Central Park and walked around for a bit, and I was in awe of the number of trees there. It was amazing. We walked down past this cool bubble blower on our way to this little plaza where a guy was singing. It was so New York. And this is me at the MoMA. It was this really cool exhibit of Latin American artists, and this was one person's portrayal of how humans evolved with nature. And so it talked about like hunting and growing with the land and water usage and all this really cool stuff. This was just a painting that I thought was really pretty, so I took a photo of it. And then after a relaxing morning of just reading and tea, we headed home, and that was my trip.